Okay.
Not all of the fuel tanks have the locator embedded into the fuel tank itself. So depending upon your fuel tank, you can also go in and mark this locator tab before you remove the fuel pump module. This video is for the Ram 0456 34-gallon fuel tank repair kit that we build. The dealership pulled this tank down out. This finger is starting to fail, allowing the sending unit module to push up away from the seal and causing the evap system code to fail. The modules are spring-loaded in these modern assemblies, and we have about 15 pounds of pressure with the springs pushing up on the module. And then when the evap system does its check, there's another 1.5 pounds of pressure per square inch. So we get about 30-35 pounds of pressure wanting to push this module up out of the tank. So when these fingers start to rust off and fail, that is another reason you'll lose the seal. Contaminants can go into your tank and the module can fail. We have removed all of the fuel, cleaned the inside to remove all of the fuel and fumes from the tank for safety reasons. We will now start to remove these fingers from the embedded ring, and the best we have found is with a pair of vice grips. Depending upon the condition of yours, work them back and forth and they will snap off for you. Depending upon how rusty yours are, some will snap off quite easily, others will take just a little bit more force. That's what happens. We are going to continue to work these down so we have a surface very similar to this right here. Two pairs of vice grips on the fingers, getting them set down real close to the surface of the tank, working them back and forth together will remove those fingers quite well for you. We're using a larger pair of vice grips, and we will crush this particular bit of the embedded ring down. We are going to use the vice grips on these fingers that are in better condition to bend the top portion of the finger up. And by doing this, it allows the vice grips to go down closer to the surface of the plastic surface of the fuel tank and grab onto that so we can bend them off, break them off. There, now the vice grips will grip on right down by that surface. We're going to clean up the surface where the gasket will seal at This one of the tank was already cleaned up quite well. We're going to go around it with this light wire brush, clean up any debris that might be in there. Go around the outside where our new repair kit ring will be screwed down at. As you can see, not all fuel tanks have the locator on the fuel tank itself. So we had marked that with a paint stick, set the module down in to the fuel tank without the gasket at this time. Set the new repair kit ring down over your module. Position it so it's comfortably centered on your module, keeping that surface in place. Now you can mark the drill points with a scribe or awl. After going around and marking the positions for the drill points, we will use a 1/8 inch drill bit, drill all the way through the surface of the tank, and you're ready for the final step. We're going to go around and drill our 14 holes with a 1/8 drill bit. We are now showing the fuel grade gasket being set down onto the fuel tank prior to the module going in. We are now installing the fuel pump module down into the tank, aligning the locator and setting the new stainless steel ring that we supply with our repair kit. We'll position it over these screw holes, and we're now ready to install the 14 screws. At this point, we're starting the 14 screws that we use in our repair kit. We're only going to use a nut driver on this. We want to bring each one of the screws down to a nice even pressure point. The reason we use 14 screws on this is the PSI we was talking about earlier. We could use 7, but we want to use 14, so we're ensuring that the plastic tank seals well with the gasket and the sending unit module. We will only hand tighten these down with the nut driver. We'll jump across and go in a cross pattern. And we do not want to over tighten. I am placing my finger under this edge so I can start to feel that the screw is starting to pull the new stainless ring down onto the surface of the gasket and tank. You do not want to strip them out by over tightening. We have the 14 screws real close to the tension we want on them. I'll go around and snug them down. Just as I said earlier, we can feel that new stainless ring starting to seat down onto the gasket. As soon as we have this snug down where we think we have it, we will do a low pressure soapy water test. We're going to spray some soapy water around the sending unit module area on the top of the tank, and we will give it a little bit of air pressure and watch for any bubbles to show up. We have a nice seal on it. Our repair kit that we just done the video on the install fits the 04, 5, and 6 Ram 1500 34-gallon fuel tank and the 04 through 09 Tahoe fuel tank.